skydiver records his own disaster at 4,000 feet.
And you will do anything in your power to not die.
A whitewater rafter films his friend caught in the grip of a killer rapid.
Connor, let go of the boat!
I'm filming and I'm thinking, oh, please, come up, come up.
And an airline passenger keeps his camera rolling during a terrifying emergency landing.
That was the realization that this could be it.
Brace, brace, brace.
These are extraordinary videos captured by ordinary people, then deconstructed by experts to reveal the science that hangs on the edge of survival. September 21st, 2005. Comedian Dave Reinitz turns on his video camera once his flight from Burbank to New York City starts to go very wrong.
Hey Barb, it's me. I'm watching the plane on the TV. We're having landing gear problems. We're going to crash land or emergency land. Crash is a bad word in LAX.
Second by second, Dave records the flight crew preparing passengers for an emergency landing.
Please, everyone, locate the exit closest to you at this time. There are 8 emergency exits.
Then the words every passenger dreads, the stark command to brace for impact.
Brace, brace, brace.
As aviation experts investigate how a cross-country commute like Dave's can become such a close call, Dave relives the most amazing day of his life. It begins like any other. With his video camera and a carry-on bag, he heads to the Burbank airport to board JetBlue Flight 292 to New York. Soon after takeoff, a landing gear warning light betrays the first sign of trouble.
The reason I reached up and got the video camera was because I had it. It was there. There's something taking place.
The seatback monitors soon reveal the startling truth. The nose landing gear is stuck at a 90-degree angle.
Then they focused in on the landing gear and had this really tight shot of the landing gear, and it was totally twisted the wrong way. My first thought was, wow, poor folks on that plane. And then I realized, that's the plane I'm on.
It's absolutely surreal to be watching this story of the plane you're in.
Then it got very scary and it got very real.
The pilot announces the aircraft must divert to LAX for an emergency landing.
So that's when I turned the camera on myself and I taped the message saying goodbye to my girlfriend.
They're telling us everything's going to be fine, and it is, but just thought I'd leave you a message just in case. It says, I love you, Ed. But if anything happens, take care of everything. Everything's yours. And, show this to my mom and family. Love when I love them. That's it.
I was calling a friend of mine, and my friend says, oh, wait, I can't talk to you right now. I have to see what happens with the plane on the television. And I said, what plane? And he's like, the plane, the plane that left Burbank to JFK. And I was like, oh, Dave's on that plane.
On the ground, FAA Air Traffic Control Supervisor Sherry Avery shifts the LAX tower into emergency mode.
There were approximately 24 firefighting vehicles, including 3 helicopters, 20 ambulances.
I let it climb on the runway.
The reality hits that there's many, many lives at stake, so we need to do everything right.
On board Flight 292, Dave keeps his camera rolling.
So I have the camera and I'm shooting things around me, and then an announcement comes over.
Place your feet flat and firmly on the floor. Cross your wrists on the seat back in front of you. Lean forward and place your forehead on your wrist.
The one moment that really took over in terms of, wow, I might not make this, was in the process of making the decision of, whether to crash land like this or like that. I mean, you don't think you're going to be in a position where you have to decide what position you want to be in when you might die.
Then Dave's camera captures the chilling announcement.
Brace, brace, brace.
So at that moment, That was the last flush of kind of realization that this could be it.
Next, for the passengers of Flight 292, the moment of truth. On JetBlue Flight 292, passenger Dave Reinitz keeps his video camera rolling during an emergency landing.
Brace, brace, brace.
But I know that we're coming in, and it's happening right now, and you can feel it hit. The flight attendants in the back are screaming it, brace! And people are starting to cry, and they're upset. And then, as he brings the nose gear down, you can feel this shake and start.
For a little while, there's nothing for a couple of seconds, and then there's sparks. My heart starts pounding a little bit, and then there's flames. Now my heart's pounding pretty fast.
It just starts to shake, and then it smells like burning rubber, and it's very intense. And then we realized that it was slowing down. Slowing down. Hey, we're still here.
Hey, good job, thank you.
No fire, no injuries. The relieved passengers exit the plane to board a bus, and Dave zooms in for one last remarkable shot.
And I could see just a little bit of the landing gear, so I took the camera and I just focused in on it. And you could just see where it was just shaved almost perfectly in half. It was amazing. It was just amazing to see it. It was a reminder of what could have happened. There it is.
For Dave, the video will always be a reminder of the ordeal. For Dr. Richard Curtis, the tape offers vital clues to why Flight 292 escaped disaster.
The most important thing is to keep that nose up. If the pilots keep that nose up, everything will be just fine.
At this point, what I'm doing is burning off additional fuel. We took off.
There are a couple of reasons why you'd want to burn the fuel load down. Like most large jet transports, fuel is kept in two general places. One would be the wing tanks on either wing, and another place would be in a center fuel tank in the fuselage.
By burning fuel from the fuselage tank first, the plane's center of gravity shifts aft, towards the rear of the aircraft. This allows the pilot to keep the nose up as long as possible, reducing stress on the nose landing gear.
You see the first set of vibrations there, that's from the main landing gear of the aircraft touching down on the runway. But as you can see, there's not really that much vibration. There are several things they normally do on landing, all of which would increase the kind of vibration you would see during landing.
In a normal landing, once the main landing gear are down, the pilots would engage the engine's thrust reversers and raise the wing spoilers. Both procedures increase drag to slow the plane, but also decrease lift. This time, to keep the plane's nose up, the pilot did not engage them.
Here's the center line of the runway, and you can see how close the pilot had gotten the wheel to it after all was said and done. This particular airline that was involved in this incident, they have an extremely safe record. So they were as good as the best airlines in the country, the best airlines in the world.
It was interesting because in the beginning of the day, all I wanted to do was get to New York. At the end of the day, all I wanted to do was get home and see my girlfriend. So you never know what a day has in store for me.
Bye, hon.
Bye, dear.